Here's how the Lions will defend Brock Purdy.
I'm ready to hear this.
I love trying to build defensive game plans because you got to like make decisions early on. So with Brock, you said it early. The Lions rush 5, and if they don't do that, they rush 6. Well, if you were like a defensive consultant, quality control with Detroit for a week, you'd be like, I understand that's what you like to do, and that's fine. That's great. Are you sure that's what you want to do against Brock Purdy? Think about it. Let's run the numbers. Brock Purdy is really, really good against the blitz. Really good. It's not just that he's good. Kyle gives him answers, and
they predicate themselves off of it. Yeah.
Is just going to destroy you. So what happens is, he's going to be thrown over the middle most of the game, no matter what you do. If you blitz, there's fewer people in coverage, fewer people to tackle once he gets the ball out of his hand to whoever it is, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo.
Because that's what we do. Run after catch.
Yeah. And now you got one less person who can actually make the tackle in the open field against someone who probably makes the first guy miss anyway. So I'm thinking don't do that so much. Maybe here and there is a change up. You don't want to make a living rushing 5 and 6 against Brock Purdy. That's a cool way to lose quick. I think you're better off. Honestly, I think you're better off rushing 3 than rushing 5 against Brock. To me, what you want to do against Brock is, I used to think you want to play man-to-man coverage, but I think if you can play zone and put as many people in the middle of the field as possible and say, hey, if you want to throw here, good luck, or you can throw elsewhere. I think that's what you have to do. It's not about pressuring Brock Purdy. It's about flooding the middle of the field with as many zone defenders as possible. So you could rush 3 and play 5 underneath, 3 deep, stuff like that. People used to do that to Drew Brees. But all you got to do is not freaking blitz, honestly. Don't freaking blitz. Take away the middle of the field as much as possible. Don't react too hard to the run game. Play 15 yards deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure your linebackers are taking away that dig route. See what you can do. That's the best way to do that against Brock.
So what you're talking about is like cover 7 man match. So like,
there's so many different ways you can do it. You can do cover 1. You can do a robber. You can do all kind of stuff. But what you want to have is bodies in the middle of the field. You don't want to take bodies away from the middle of the field to rush the quarterback. He'll destroy that. What you want to do, you know where he's going to throw. You know where he's going to throw. Put people there.
I like that. Because if you think about it, if you play cover 7, that's like that's Nick Saban's defense. That's Rip Liz. If you play cover 7, that's like a variation of palms. Like it's like quarters, but it's not zone. It's man match. So in the situation of you let pass catchers run underneath you, right? And you're playing the top of the zone. You're matching the top of the zone, whereas you're getting to depth, but you're not actually sitting on top of a player. Because then once you sit on the top of a player and you play Meg, which is like man everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Then you get rub routes, you get clipped, you get misdirection.
Yeah.
But if you just sit back and let traffic flow and you just stay in the spots, you can wreak havoc if your rules are tight.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We were talking about 10 minutes ago how Brock Purdy admittedly has been forcing passes downfield instead of taking the checkdowns. Well, hey, man, that's a problem for him right now. So what you want to do is take him at his word and understand that that's his tendency right now to try to force that pass over the middle no matter what. I mean, what did he do against Jawan Jennings? That was a no. Yes, throw at the end of the game. He layered it over. He's trying to show that he can layer passes between 8 defenders. Like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, then I'm right here, baby. I'm right freaking here. And we're going to give you that check down all day. And to me, what's going to determine if the Niners win this game is how willing he is to take the check down. If he takes it, they win. If he doesn't, he's going to throw a pick. They're going to lose. So it's on Brock. They're going to play back. They're going to dare him to check the ball down. They're going to see if he wants to be a gunslinger that day. If he wants to be a gunslinger, he's going to lose. If he's cool being a game manager that one day, if he channels the inner dink and the inner dunk, he's going to win. That's how I feel.
So, man, all right. So they're gonna play back and play cover 7 against these boys.
I don't know. It just seems like that's the move.
That's the move. Yeah.
Maybe Aaron Glenn will be like, you know what? Forget all that. I'm doing what I do. Cool.
And then you know what's even crazy? If you're watching the Niners, it's not like we're necessarily like pressed to get to the run anyway. Kyle starts every game with trying to get Brock acclimated. And it's like, bro, run the ball. That's how you get him acclimated. Like, have everybody attached to the line of scrimmage before you throw the ball. But even last week, you know, I just kind of gave up talking about running the ball because really they asked Kyle, like, you know, why do you know, we noticed that like before when you first got with Brock, there was a lot of like under center, but we've kind of noticed like this year, you're doing like a lot of empty. Like, why are you going 5 wide so much with Brock? And he's just like, oh, well, that's what he did in Iowa State, and he's really comfortable with it. And, you know, he's comfortable with those concepts. But you know what? I think that's the shit that Kyle's always wanted to get to. I think he feels like Brock can handle that stuff. And he better stop.
It's just crazy to have an
playing
MVP
around,
candidate.
bro.
It's just crazy to have an MVP candidate running back who is the best running back in the league, and you're like, let's go empty. Like, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's freaking not. How about that? I mean, like, not with your offensive line.